3 years. It's been 3 years since I moved out here in October, and I started hormones in November. So like this whole month is just like my yearly anniversary. All right, so 3 years. Where am I at? Where am I at in my life? Where am I at in my transition? What have I been doing? And how has it been going? I'm going to answer that question, and then I'm going to answer a bunch of your questions as well at the end of the video. So let's get right into it. My hair is like falling in my face. We're going to start with the question that everybody wants to know. I'm finding doesn't matter if you're cisgender, transgender, everybody wants to know. They just never want to say it. Have you had surgery yet? Well, the answer is yes and no. I had my orchiectomy done in July of this past year, and it went off without a hitch. I had my surgery done with Emily Bradley of the Polyclinic. Highly recommend her. She was wonderful. She was sassy. I like people who are a little bit sassy. As far as GRS goes, though, I'm considering getting that done probably in the next, my timeline is like 5 years. I would love to get it done, but money is obviously a major factor in that surgery. So that's going to be a ways down the road. I think it's like $20,000 on average or something like that to get it all done. It's just an incredible price, and I would rather put my money into music. So, all right. So speaking of music, things are going really well in that regard. This year, I decided to try to work for myself full time, and it's been 10 months, and I have been successful in doing that. With modeling, it's something that I definitely enjoy, but it's not something that it's not a career path. It's not what I'm passionate about. Music is my passion. So, if I was to make it as a model, that would be cool. But it's not, I wouldn't be as happy. And music makes me really happy. Music is my release. I do a lot. I don't know, things are going really good with my career. I don't know what I'm so sappy about. Things are going really good. I've got a single coming out in March. I was in the studio last week, and things are moving in the right direction. I'm trying to go a little bit more poppy and electronic route. It just feels right for me. I listen to a lot of EDM and electronic music. Video, so speaking of video, what am I doing with video? Things are going good with video. This channel is blowing up. It's cool to watch that number keep ticking up. It's interesting because I have started to get some other clients because I do some freelance with video and design work as well. But I was starting to get some clients from editing my videos. People started seeing what I was doing, and it's kind of cool to be the work that I put in. And a couple companies have actually taken notice as well. These glasses, this is pretty cool. And one of the things, ooh, did you see that? One of these things, that I do want to strive for is sponsorships. And so this is the first glasses company that, actually the first company ever to reach out for sponsorship, which is really cool. I'm going to be releasing a video for them in the next couple weeks, and I would really appreciate feedback on it because I'm trying to not make it just hi everybody, I got these glasses from this company and it's these glasses and they're great, blah blah blah. That's not what I want to do with that video at all. So if you could give me some constructive criticism on that, I would be really, really appreciative. Okay, so I polled on 2 different locations, Reddit and YouTube, and this is what some of these questions are. Kara Dark Cloud asks, when deciding to transition, what was your biggest fear? And looking back, how did it work out? All right, so Kara, my biggest fear was my voice. I was so nervous, not about speaking. I felt like I could get away with that and just deal with it, even if I couldn't get it into the right place. But singing was incredibly scary for me because I wasn't sure if I should, like, how I should market my music. Should I market myself as like the singing tranny and like make it as a joke, like be drag queeny, or like should I take it seriously and just come up on stage with a super low voice? Because my voice was really, really low. It's not so much anymore though, but it was really low when I sang, and I could go down way, way low. And did it work out? Yes, it did work out. I was about ready to give up music because I was so scared of being up on stage as a trans woman. But yeah, it worked out. I'm up on stage and I'm singing and I like it. All right, next one. Let's see here. Okay, Mia Racer, I like your question. How do you deal with your bad gender dysphoria / people in public are rude days? I have big headphones that I bought myself for a birthday present this year. And I put them on my head. Music is my meditation. It's my way to escape. It's my way to get through certain things. It's my focus, actually. I listen to music a lot when I'm typing or working. And putting those headphones on really allows me to be at one with myself and not worry about anyone around me. There are definitely days when I don't want to be out of the house. When I was doing the Seattle Fashion Week show, the second video, if you watch the second video, I had a nice mask on that day. I was really dysphoric. I texted some of my friends as well. That's another way I've dealt with it. And I said, like, hey, I'm not feeling well. And they sent me a bunch of positive feedback and support. And so that did help. But that was a really hard day for me, being around a bunch of cisgender models, not to mention who are, super pretty, and like, that didn't help. It was a day. But yeah, headphones, a lot of headphones. If I don't have my headphones, then I typically will call a friend or something. Sarah Ann Faye, she says, what is your experience like regarding being trans and sexual orientation? Good question. So when I was growing up, I thought I was a straight boy. The only other role model that I had to show me otherwise was an extremely flamboyant gay kid. So growing up, I was like, I'm not gay, because I thought that's how gay people were. That's how television portrayed gay people as well. And so I was like, no, that's not me. Why am I gay? It was never a thought that I really put too much consideration into, because the people that were shown to me who were gay were very flamboyant, and I wasn't. Later in life, of course, I realized that I'm a straight woman. And here's when I knew that shift happened. When I was growing up, I was confusing attraction with envy. Envy is wanting to be, and attraction is wanting to be with. And I didn't know that was a thing, really. So all these women I was with, I was just envious of. And I was never attracted to men because they treated me like a bro. And now as I'm a woman, I'm really attracted to men because they treat me as a woman. And I'm not their dude friend, Women always treated me, I felt, as an equal. And I was always really good friends with women, as I am now. And most of my male friends I never really connected with because I didn't want to be treated that way. So to answer your question, I think I've always been attracted to men. There was just a lot of confusion when I was pre-transition. And now that I'm post-transition, there's not a whole lot of confusion, and I kind of get it now. Trans Jedi asks a few questions. Let's do this one. What would you say feels like the biggest accomplishment during these last 3 years? And what advice would you give to someone who's still early in the transition game? Those two questions. What would I say the biggest accomplishment during these last 3 years? Probably this past year. Actually, this whole last year was a big accomplishment. I've been successful in working for myself. I've began to really get more comfortable with myself and really understand who I am and what I'm aiming for and my dreams and my goals. And this whole year has just been a really good year for me. So I'm going to say this whole year. Yeah. And then as far as some advice. So advice for someone who's early in the transition. I kind of mentioned this in my, I think it was the How to Transition video. But there's like an idea that we all kind of talk about affirmations or validations. And I would say, like, if you're really struggling during a certain time, try to really focus in on those validations and affirmations, because that will really, really keep your spirits up. The more of those validations and affirmations that you see and you're aware of, the more your spirits will be in line with your soul. I think that's what I want to say. This is from Reddit user Unsure and Wondering. They say, how much of a process was choosing your name? Did it feel right and fit in any way? Choosing my name was actually really easy. I knew a Claire when I was like 6 or 7 or something like that. And I really liked her. Like, she was a great friend of mine. And like, I don't know, I just felt like she was just really cool. And I always kind of wanted to emulate her a little bit. And when I started transitioning, or when I actually was cross-dressing, I was like, I need an online persona. And Claire was just the first thing that popped in my head. And it just felt right after that. So, Claire. That's how I picked it. It just, from day one. This is from Reddit user Too Tall to Be Trans. I like your username. I get it. I'm 6 foot tall. So, they have 2 questions. I'm going to answer both of them. I said it was the final question, but I lied. What were your most difficult experiences each year since transition? My first year in transitioning, I was kicked out of my house and living out of my car. That was the hardest thing. The next hardest thing was figuring out how to be in a relationship as a woman. That was different. I was dating a woman at the time, and some of that relationship was difficult for me because at certain points I felt like I was more manly than feminine, and it just didn't click well for me. As for sexual reasons as well, which I talked about earlier. And then this year has been leaving my job. So, the least transition-y one out of the transition. And finally, I think this is a really good one because actually this is my biggest dysphoria trigger as well. How do you, or what about kids? She asks about kids, or they ask about kids. And pretty much my thoughts and feelings are on kids. I think I'd be an excellent mother, but I don't think that, at least right now, my work allows for me to even consider something like that. I would love to have kids. Obviously, I'm unable to, but it's something that I might consider down the road. But for right now, like, I'm gonna say no go. I'm all for adoption, though. I actually think more people should adopt regardless of their situation, because I think that when you break down some of your own like thoughts and feelings about like children, and you really have to answer hard questions like how myself, other trans women, and many cis women do, I feel like bringing somebody up who's not your own blood, but who is your own kin, is just as wonderful. All right, that's my 3-year update video. I'm gonna go record a Firmo. Oh, I can't say their name yet. Shoot. I'm gonna go record these glasses thing.